Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 4 series. Last time I left you, I was doing a walkthrough and I had finished customizing all of my characters except for my Rune Master, Joby. I explained a little bit about binds and a little bit about elements. I'm not going to go too in-depth with those as I walk through you. I'm going to do a little sidebar of both of them. Let me double check. I think I have my stylus in my 3DS at the moment. I do. Gonna take that out right away because I'm going to need that as I play. Alright. And I'm sorry again that the setup is not perfect. I tried jury-rigging it to the best of my ability. Anyways, Rune Masters focus on elemental damage. There's 3 different elements, and they also eventually get to unlock an untyped attack. I'm assuming that also is not a damage type, which are similar to elements, which I'll explain later. I'll explain the damage types later. You only have 3 skill points at first level, and there's 3 different runes that you have to put a rank in to unlock the actual damage runes. Fire rune, ice rune, and volt rune don't do any damage in themselves. They increase the party's resistance to that particular element while reducing the enemy's resistance to that element. So I'm going to focus on fire for the moment. Later I can branch out into the other ones and dabble them. Fire is a pretty good standard one though, for a couple reasons. First, not a lot of enemies are resistant to it, unlike ice and lightning. Secondly, the fireball rune has splash damage, which can hit up to 3 people. Ice Lance will only hit 2 enemies. Volt will hit all enemies, but it's a melee attack, so it has limited range. Fireball has better range and can hit more enemies. It doesn't. I haven't used Ice Lance, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it will do more total damage across the 3 enemies as Ice Lance than Ice Lance does to 2 enemies. But Ice Lance will do more damage to those 2 enemies than Fireball Rune will do to the 2 that it splashes. Sorry if that's confusing. You'll see it later. I'm also going to invest in... Well, I'll take his proficiency, which increases magical attack and defense for allies in your line. I'll explain lines later. Well, lines are basically rows. I kind of explained them earlier. Alright. Just going to double check I don't have any more skill points to spend. Now, it's important to note that you have 30 spaces for characters. You're probably not going to use all 30 of them. And I'm pretty sure it's undocumented, but you might be able to get bench XP, which basically means the character members who aren't in your party will gain XP in the final version. That doesn't happen on the demo, though, just so you know. So, if you get the retail version, you might as well make 30 characters. Because you never know when they can come in handy. You have the and you can name them whatever you want because, oh, excuse me, I have to cough. You'll have the option to retire them later, which I'll explain in a subsequent interview. The important thing is that you aren't wasting experience by making those 30 characters. Now, you can only have 5 characters in your party at once. Okay. Now that I have everything customized, what you missed while you were gone is I went to the city gates because I like to start there with my videos because there's no sound. Oh, and I actually turned off the sound, so... Alright, but what happened when I went to the city gates is a guard told me to go to the Grand Court, so I'm gonna go there now. Mind the carpets. That's funny. Okay, so he's introducing missions. Missions are things you have to do to advance the storyline. So he's giving me a mission now. And you have multiple choices here. I'm not sure what the choices will bring down the line because I haven't played past the demo. I'm going to respond with silence. Alright. So I go to accept missions, and it says obtain an iridescent ore. Okay, so I will accept that mission. Alright, so he's giving me some starting money. Normally, you only get money at the end. So I'm going to equip my characters. Okay. The atelier, I don't know what language it's in offhand, that means workshop. This is where you buy your weapons, armor, items, and accessories. Basically, she's kind of explaining the loot system. Oh, sorry. That went out of the bottom screen went out of line there. Basically, what she's saying, and I explained it earlier in a different video, is that the way you get new equipment available at the shop is by selling them gear that drops from monsters. Alright. Basically, what I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to buy is, since my back row does reduced damage, I want to make sure that my sniper gets a bow, so that he does as much damage as he can, even if he's in the back row. It says your usable skills will change. I suppose I can, after I'm done equipping my guys, I can explain that briefly. I'm not going to worry about defense or offense in the back row for the rest of the characters, because they don't rely on weapons so much to do damage from the back row other than the sniper. Gonna get a mace for my fortress, and let's see, I believe this guy can equip swords and daggers. Everyone can equip daggers. Everyone can equip wands. If you notice on the bottom left, right above the description of the item, there's a bunch of boxes with a single letter in. Those letters represent the first letter of the class's name that can use them. So everyone can equip daggers, everyone can equip wands, but for instance, only survivalists and D means dancer, which I don't have in my party, can equip bows. Only fortresses and medics can equip clubs. Only landsknechts can equip rapiers. And landsknechts, night stalkers, and dancers can equip swords. I'm going to get a sword for him. And it's kind of hard to see. That increases the attack from 24 to 37. And you can equip that directly from there. Then I'm going to get armor for my front row characters too. Oh, never mind. I think I can only get tweed and... Oh, no. Okay. It's really important to get a shield for your fortress, because it's the best value for defense. Only landsknechts and fortresses can use them, though. That's 6 defense for 90. Actually, it's not the best value, but it's the best overall defense. I believe it becomes the best value as you increase in level, though. And I have to double check there are special abilities for each individual kind of equipment. I'm getting him a feather hat because it's the next highest defense you can get. And then my Night Stalker is also in the front row. Unfortunately for regular armor, he can only equip Tweed, which I guess everybody else can't either. Can't equip a buckler. I'm going to go for Feathered Hat. Well, how much money do I have? Yes, I have enough. Feathered Hat. And Boots. Because I believe it explains elsewhere that boots increase your speed. I'll get into depth with the individual characters' specific stats in a different video. Okay, then I have 80 EN left, which is my money. I'm gonna buy some armor for my medic because it's pretty important that she stay alive. Nope, okay. She's getting a feathered hat. Alright. What can I get for items? I'll get a Medica, which it's the weakest healing item. Alright, and then I'm ready to enter the dungeon. I'm at about 12 out of 15 minutes, so I will stop right there, and I will probably record my first mission tomorrow. So, have a nice day. And actually it'll probably be the same day as when you see this, because I actually have to upload it. So, have fun. See you later. Thanks for watching.